All right, we got this red Caravan here, 2019 GT. It's got a P0128 code indicating a bad thermostat. This is a family friend's van. This one's ours. I've done this repair once on our previous Dodge Caravan. Not on this one yet, but I expect I'll have to someday. I think it could literally be replaced in 15 or 20 minutes if you're quick. I'm not a mechanic and not quick, so I'm slow and methodical about stuff that I do. So it might take me 45 minutes or something like that. Get your thermostat. This one came from the Dodge dealer. It's like, I think it's like 18 bucks, 20 bucks, something like that. And this is more coolant than we need. I'll just be topping it off afterwards. Couple of screwdrivers, a flathead, or a pick tool to get the hose off the assembly that's already in the car, 10 millimeter socket, some vice grips for the hose clamp, and you should have a tray for fluids. I seem to have lost my tray, so I'm going to use the lid of this trash can. And then I'm going to put cardboard underneath that because it always ends up spraying around a little bit. Quite a few of the directions that I've found will have you remove the whole air box, the air pipe, unscrew this and bungee it this way to make more space to get to the thing, but it's not necessary. I have pretty big hands and I'm able to get in there and do it without removing anything else. You can see it right there. That clamp is clamped onto the end of the thermostat, which is right there. So I can reach in there and touch it. I can get a small wrench in there to get the bolts off of it. And then you unhook this right here, kind of pull the whole thing up, and then you can wrestle it off the end of the hose and put the new one on. First thing I'm gonna do is that the bleed valve right there. I'm gonna open that. It's gonna let some coolant out. Whoop, 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 opened it too much. So I'm gonna let that bleed for a few minutes. Oh wow, look at that. Totally missing. That's why you get cardboard. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we got our new part. That's that bleed valve I was messing with. It's on the side of the engine, just like this. And so you can see your two bolt holes there. This one you have to do blind. Squeeze my hand down in there. Okay, you won't be able to see it, but just gotta feel it. It's not too hard. I got it. And there we go, it's cracking loose. Now I'm just using my fingers to get it the rest of the way out. Trying to be careful not to drop it. There we go. Back to the fingers. I'm gonna grab the socket with my fingers, that works. And now, just grab it and pop it off. Oh, it was already fully loose. So, pop this hose out of there and fish that thing out of there. Vice grips. Okay. Twist it out of there. Oh, now it's leaking a lot more fluid. Yeah. A little side by side there. This one has a new seal in it already. Jeez, it was really tight. Okay. Make sure you don't drop the O-ring and that it stays in there. There it is. You can actually see the indent on the end of the hose, kind of where this little tab was like nested up against it. So try to make sure to align it with that. Slide the clamp back up. Whoa! and they went flying. Luckily not at my face. Okay, now we gotta tuck it back in there without breaking anything. Down around this way. There we go. Grab it, stick it into the hole. Okay, got it finger tight. Now tighten it the rest of the way. All right. Make sure my bleeder valve is open a touch before I top the fluids, so you can see it burble out a little bit, and then close it. It's embarrassing, but it took me like 5 minutes to figure out the stupid radiator cap. I guess I haven't removed one since the last time I did this. It took me a while to figure out that you actually have to push down on it to get it to come off. So, time to top. I need to get me some of those spill-proof funnels, but this will work for now. So I realized as I was topping this off that I was using concentrate and I hadn't watered it down. I put about half that jug in there. I let some of it out. I put distilled water in there and mixed it up, and then I'm gonna re-top it off again. I don't think it really matters unless you're fully draining the system. If you end up topping it off with the concentrate, it'll just be a little bit thicker, but just to be safe, I drained some of it out through the bleeder on the thermostat right there, and I'm gonna top it back off with 50-50 mix. It starts to glug in there slower as it gets closer to full. That's pretty much full. It's pretty close. I'm actually on an angle, so before I do the final top off, I'm gonna pull the car into a completely flat spot. Okay, now that I'm on totally flat ground, I'll finish topping it up. I don't know that it made that much of a difference, but it's better safe than sorry, I guess. That's full. So it pretty much was full. And I'll check the overflow reservoir, and I think I need to put some in there as well. Kind of hard to tell when it's at the right level or not. I find it works best to like touch a flashlight onto it, then the whole thing kind of glows and you can see where the level is. Well, now it's a little bit below the minimum line. Needs a little bit more. So if I hold a flashlight on it and look down inside of it, I can tell where the light is shining through and if it's above or below the fluid. Okay, now we're at least at the minimum line. Okay, good there. A little quick rinse, get the coolant off the belts. I don't think it matters that much, but do it anyway. Let it run to temp. Using my little $20 Walmart scan tool to see what codes are in there. Read codes. Yep, P0128. Yes. And that is it. Let it run to temp, double check the fluid levels, rinsed off the belts, and cleared the P0128 code. Simple, easy. Definitely don't pay, I don't know, $500 to have someone do it. It seems insane. Even the Dodge dealership said it's a minimum $350 or something like that. So do it yourself. If you can use a couple of tools, you can do this.